Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What's a fetish that you can never understand? Scat. And getting your balls trampled. Just why? Skeedidly da dap bap poppa ma balls do wap. Skeedidly da dap bap poppa ma balls do wap. Alright, she conceded, I guess we could try. I don't really get it, she said with a sigh. But if you're determined, then that's what we'll do. She whispered, skeedidily skibby da skoo. Quote, my friend is a masochist that likes the second thing you mentioned. Let me ask him real quick. Edit. Basically for a masochist it's the most painful thing that can happen. In my medical fieldwork I met a gentleman who has a plastic lawn chair with an approximately 6 hole in the bottom up on milk crates so his lady friend could pitch darts at his testicles. Gangrene however took the high score. Shoving things in your pee hole. I'm dreading having to get a catheter at some point in my life. And here people are getting their rocks off with it. Edit. These replies don't have me feeling any better about the whole catheter thing. I'm legit scared now. I recently came out of a surgery where they gave me that present. It actually wasn't bad. I couldn't feel it during recovery for the most part. It was scary when it was time for removal. The nurse said, now, I can't say this isn't gonna hurt. Ready? On 3. I bit my finger and was expecting to pass out from the pain. But it didn't hurt at all. Totally anticlimactic. You were quite lucky. I thought my spleen was being yanked through my urethra. I went from semi-conscious to incredible pain in my no-no place. Dude pulled that thing out like he was starting a lawnmower. Then I wondered why I was in the hospital. I personally find prolapse very gross and uncomfy. Edit. I meant unfumfy to look like. I cannot speak on what it actually feels like. I don't get it. Those people, porn girls most of the time, usually have it for work reasons. But how do they live like that really? Do they run to the toilet every time some poop gathers in their rectum? Can they hold it and for how long? When do they decide to correct it? I have so many questions about them. I read on here once that they have prolapse nurses on set to put it back in when that happens. Then it's probably back to business as usual. I heard from a friend about people who have fetishes for nosebleeds. I never understood why. I get horrible nosebleeds all the time in winter. I was sitting here thinking I was very unsexy. Where are these people? I wonder if they'll buy pics of my nosebleeds. Same. The dryness cracks the skin and I guess I have arteries very near the surface. In Japan, there's sort of folklore about nosebleeds indicating horniness. As a result, this has crept into anime and characters will get nosebleeds when they are turned on. I suspect this has now led to weebs getting turned on by nosebleeds themselves. Well, not the craziest thing I've heard that also makes sense. I once had a Tinder date ask me to step on a live mouse. That he brought in a box. Barefoot. Couldn't run out of there fast enough. Shut up. They didn't talk about it first and no warning or anything. That's absolutely insane. How did they bring it up? Was it, I know this is kind of weird, or what? I kid you not. He was like, God status, gorgeous, kind, smart, good job, nice apartment. On the couch making out, pants about to come off stage and bam I got a mouse and a question for you. Anything with poop or pee. Those are high up there on the fetish list for a lot of people. Number 1 and number 2 if I'm not mistaken. Your history's full of the gnarliest porn with tentacles heinous and anuses torn. With horses and hearses and cursed amputees. With 1s and with 2s, and impossibly 3s. The filthiest films. As a matter of fact it's awful, she whispered. You must have been hacked. He thought for a moment. He nodded his head. That's so absolutely what's happened, he said. Vomit. The whole thing I think is sick. Here comes the pain. Enemy. Crushing animals with high heels, it's just another level of animal cruelty. That is a straight up crime. This is news to me. Pretty fucked up some people hurt animals to bust a nut. Okay, this is def the worst one. Poor animals. Thankfully never seen this one. Anything getting shoved up the urethra. I thought before, oh well it probably feels good to people etc etc, then I started intermittent cathing and no fucking thanks lol. It's called urethral sounding. They even make e-shock rods for it. Well holy hell lol. Good for them never me lol. Checks to confirm mine is not on here. Carry on, folks. Edit. My fetish is making curious people disappointed. Every time this gets reposted, I check to make sure I'm not the new degenerate on the block. It could also mean that yours is so dark and disgusting that most people can't believe it's a real thing and don't mention it because of that. I'm just here trying to find something new to try. Yeah. My foot fetish is getting old. Been a while since a new sin was created. Hoping to find some inspiration here. Bug chasers. Can you elaborate? I don't know what this is and I'm not sure I want to Google it. People that purposely try to get STIs. People who actively seek to get, and sometimes spread, STIs. Or more broadly, people who find the idea of doing that sort of thing arousing. Eyeball licking. If someone ever tries touching my bare eyeballs, they'll get a nice punch in their face. What if they try touching your scantily clad eyeballs instead? Fisting. I tried it once and my dick hurt so much afterwards. You fisted the wrong hole. I did? Question mark. Which hole is the right one? My anus?